Hello and welcome to this S4HANA video on a highlight in group reporting for release 2202. Today I would like to present to you the Group Financial Statement Review Booklet. This is first of all a new application for group accountants to achieve more transparency into the group financial statement. But it is also a new type of application and approach which combines application guidance with integrated insights powered by SAP Analytics Cloud. My name is Stefan Kraus and I'm product owner for this topic. It's a great pleasure for me to show you this application today. Before we start, here's the legal disclaimer, as the content of this video is subject to continuous improvement. Let's first introduce the use case, which is supported in the current release. Group accountants need to monitor and validate multiple aspects of the financial statement during the closing process. Typically, this work is done under high time pressure with many recurring validation tasks, which is done on aggregated group data top-down as well as bottom-up. Predefined business pages, which are delivered on a silver plate out of the box, deliver a huge value for group accountants. Those pages include all aspects of the closing work and allow guided navigation, best practices how variances are calculated, as well as interactive filtering and drill down. Trust and full transparency into the filters is as important as well as the ability to slice and dice the data. In this application, we combine predefined pages in guided mode as well as interactive analysis in a so-called flexible analysis mode. This review booklet application is also a new type of business application which embeds multidimensional data. But before we discuss the new architecture and approach, let's first understand the benefits in a demo. As said, we are logged on as group accountant who works on his financial statement during the closing process. Let's choose the review booklet for group financial statements as an example for such a new type of application from the Launchpad. Our group accountant is under high pressure to prepare a review call with his managers, where he wants to go through multiple pages of the financial statement and discuss certain variances and issues he has identified. For this purpose, he prepared and saved a public variant review meeting to filter and discuss the pages needed for his closing work. Let's quickly walk through those pages which are part of the booklet. You find a balance overview, which you can see here with assets and liabilities, a single assets page, liability and equity. You find a profit and loss by function of expense based on report items, profit and loss nature of expense by FS items, a cash flow statement, and a statement of changes finally. To understand more in detail what pages are part of the standard delivery, you can click on this question mark, then the Web Assist functionality is started, and you get a more detailed explanation of each of those pages by clicking in the side panel, or you click on the hotspot to understand also the features of this booklet. When our group accountant is now working on an individual page, such as an income statement in this example, he finds aggregated profit and loss data, hierarchically structured, well prepared to compare closing year to date versus previous year to date. Most importantly, he's now working in a guided mode, which means he gets predefined column sets, predefined rows and context menus optimized for his use case. So in this case, he likes to compare closing period versus previous period or same period previous year, actual and budget variances. This can go even as far to have currency variances at constant budget rate. Let's choose closing period versus previous period. In addition, you can choose the most prominent dimensions and put them to the rows of your layout, or use simple context menus, such as choose column or filter the layout accordingly. Let's make a couple of small examples. So for example, our group accountant now wants to see next to the closing period, let's get rid of those columns, the year-to-date, closing year-to-date numbers, just as an example. He wants to filter on operating income and loss to see the bottom line aggregated across all the consolidation units. And of course, he has the ability to choose further properties such as display information, sorting information, hierarchy information in the so-called property dialog. Trust and transparency into the data is of highest importance for our group accountant. So on the one hand, he needs to understand each number by clicking on this number and getting into the underlying target reports, such as the group journal entry. And of course, he also needs to understand the global and page-related filters, which he can find on the one hand by clicking on this page filter icon, which shows him all the applied page filters in an info bar. Of course, he can then click on it and get to the value help screen and see exactly what is being filtered. Furthermore, he can use the so-called context information, where he gets the complete picture on global filter and page-related filters, as you can see it here. If our group accountant now gets to the limits of the guided mode, he can choose the flexible mode to freely add additional dimensions to rows and columns. This allows him to go into the context menu and choose Add Dimensions. And here the complete query model is exposed, like you know it from the generic analytics world. And of course, we can now, for example, use the consolidation unit and bring it to the columns as an additional dimension. Again, we can filter what we are interested in, and we could then, for example, see our income statement, our operating income and loss by consolidation unit e-bikes. Again, of course, the consolidation unit would be shown in our info bar, and you would see exactly what you have filtered here. Let's close this demo by looking at our profit and margins page. Here you can see we had the ambition to introduce transparency also from a formatting and visualization perspective. You can see we use semantic styles everywhere to guide the eyes to the right columns and rows. With this in mind, we enable our applications to introduce business charts with a certain application logic, as you can see in the waterfall chart on the right side. A last example where we introduced application logic is the contextual navigation to validation rules up here. Here we help the group accountant to relate the financial statement to the rules and checks done in this rule validation application. Let's now understand the type of use cases we have in mind, more from an architectural perspective. You probably know we are currently offering embedded SAC stories within S/4HANA Cloud. This covers already a lot of dashboarding use cases. Nevertheless, our customers are asking for true business applications which guide the business user with integrated insights. This is best achieved by specialized Fiori applications which integrate analytic components. This empowers applications to optimize for business tasks and processes, guide the casual user with contextual information out of the box, and support insight-driven processes and intelligent automation in future. Let's summarize what you have seen in the demo. You saw a specialized Fiori application with integrated analytic components with the idea to guide the business user with those contextual insights close to the needs of the application. You've seen a freestyle Fiori application, which is based on UI5. That means all the analytical components are delivered via the UI5 libraries. And so you get a simple stack in S/4HANA. There's still a need for embedded stories and embedded dashboarding that is independent and allows more self-service and dashboarding capabilities to a much broader extent. Both scenarios are powered by SAC. That means we are using the same multidimensional grid control and dialogues. We're using the same access layer to consume multidimensional data across Firefly, our protocols, our multidimensional protocols, INA, and queries. As you can see, the ultimate goal is to bring analytical features and application guidance closer together. For our financial users, it's super important that we offer meaningful business pages and guidance on a silver plate out of the box. With this, we would like to thank you for your attention. We hope you liked what you have seen. Please find more information in the comments of this video. Wish you a great day. Goodbye.